Ola, beautiful soul, your reality does not respond to your age. It doesn't care. It doesn't give a rat's ass what number you are. It only cares about who you are being and where your attention, your focus is, because you are consciousness itself. And wherever you're placing your attention, your awareness, your thoughts, is what is your focus. So none of this is logical, and yet we live in a very linear, logical, follow the steps, stay 6 feet apart, have a goal, have a game plan, and this isn't it. It's more right brain, it's more intuitive, more creative, more curious, more follow the flow of energy. Because when we live from our hearts, when we live from deciding, when we live from inside out, the outside will not affect us unless we let it. Your subconscious, your imagination, the 4D reality doesn't care about age, logic, or what the world thinks is realistic. It works in waves, it works in emotions, images. It's a quantum receiver and a transmitter. You are a walking broadcasting antenna. 99.999% of reality is unseen. That's how limited and small we play. And as we get older, my experience is because we've been programmed into ways of thinking and believing and behaving and perceiving the world, thanks to the indoctrination camps called schools and well-meaning parents. And it's not a blame game, but it's kept us small. It's kept us really small, really doubtful, maybe scared, and in patterns and habits that don't best serve us. And when you align your inner world, when you make a decision with deliberate intention, because that's what it's all about, is intention and consciousness. We're always creating, we're always selecting, we're always choosing, but usually unintentionally and unconsciously. So when we decide with intention, with consciousness, awareness, and align our inner world with deliberate visualization, because our imagination is our superpower, that's the 4D, you don't just shift perception, you shift what's possible. You shift realities, but you got to stay there. And the hardest part, I think, is going about life and seeing the 3D reflect back to us. There's lag time sometimes, right? But it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. A woman in her power sees something different from the inside out. And the field listens, and reality has to bend when you stay consistent, congruent. You decide, deny, choose, be. So you go about your reality, you know what you want, you decide it, you choose it, so you're staying aligned. Who must I be to stay aligned with that reality? Because the reality you're living now is probably different than the reality you truly desire. So you choose it again and again and again and again throughout the day, because we're breaking pattern of the old way of being, and it can be quick and easy, or it can take some time. There's no judgment. It depends on where your awareness in your life has always been, what you've gone through, what you focus on, where your attention is. But you decide who you're being, decide what you desire, you deny when you fall down, and we do all the time, right? We slip, we have these thoughts, you choose again, you decide, you choose it, and you stay there. You choose, you decide, deny, choose, be. And you just be it. You keep living from the end of your desire in the moment of now. It's not wishful thinking. It's energetic alignment. It's quantum creation. So when you're imagining a bigger life, freer, more aligned, doing what you truly desire, don't roll your eyes. Don't doubt. Don't second guess. You're giving the field instructions energetically because it's emotional and imagination. And you stay there. That's the hardest part. Manifestation isn't hard. It's really quite simple, but not always easy because we give into the 3D. We let the 3D bitch slap us around, dictate us, and stuff may happen. You know, you may have a setback and you go, no, I know the end. Again, I'm going to go back to that movie analogy. You're watching a movie. In the middle, it's chaos, it's drama, it's whatever's going on, but you've already seen the movie, so you know how the end ends. This is reality. This is how it happens, because when we get out of most of the linear, logical, left brain thinking, and we go play in the imagination, right brain, curiosity, what if, stay in the question of what if, what else is possible, and we live from the end, it has to line up because you're the projector projecting out onto the quantum screen called reality, and it reflects back. Energy always has to match energy. So you can't walk around moaning, bitching, and complaining, worried that you're over 50 or 45 or 60 and life isn't going the way you want it, and expect it to turn around and be the way you want it. You got to drop that. That is the old you. That's the limited you. That's the problem-focused age. I'm too old. I'm not good enough. Yada, 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 BS belief systems that are BS. And you're stepping into the new you, the one that lives from the end. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first, maybe. It's going to feel different because it is. It's going to maybe seem hard at first because you're breaking pattern of a well-ingrained program version of you is limited, small, let's say negative, problem-focused, and seeped into illusions of outside of being perfect, whole, and complete. The not good enough, the lack, the struggle, the I don't know, I can't do that, the fears, the doubts. Those are all illusions here playing this reality game of life on planet Earth. What if you decided to not entertain those? What if you didn't care that you were 45, 60, 70, 52, and you went about your life knowing you are the powerful operant of your reality? You're always giving the universe instructions. Why not give it for the benefit of you, your dreams, your desire, and put the energy in that direction? You don't need to know how. That is not your job. That's the control freak part of us that I got to feel safe. I got to, blah, blah, blah. I got to know how because I got to see the steps. And I don't know if I have trust or faith because I got to see it. Then I'll believe it. No. First, you have to believe it. First, you have to decide. First, you have to, the more imagination, giving it to yourself first internally, then it has to happen externally, as within, so without. So you give it to yourself first, and then you go about your day knowing it is done. You're not doubting, you're not looking for it, you're not wondering, you're not searching, you're not asking, you're not begging, you're not checking tarot cards. You just know. And that it could take a minute, a day, an hour, a week, a month. But the more you go all in on yourself, regardless of what your age is, regardless of what your past is, because none of that matters in the moment of now. So that is why self-concept is so important. And I think I'll talk about that in my next little video. But no. You can have whatever you desire when it comes from the heart. Choose it. Reality has to bend to what you're telling it to. So why not tell it the best? Go all in on you and watch how reality bends. Go have an amazing day. This is the best day of my life. That's how I start my day every day. Today's the best day of my life. I expect magic and miracles to happen because I'm a magic miracle maker. You know, start talking to yourself from that perspective, because that really is your truth. You're not the human avatar. You're playing that. You are this phenomenal, perfect, whole, complete awareness that is playing that role. So why not play it as the best version of yourself, no matter what? Thank you for being here.